I'm on the second half of my Week 7 memo. Just a heads up, as I woke up this morning, I've been feeling pretty sick, so if you hear the microphone just randomly cut out, that's me putting on mute really quickly. So I gotta sneeze, cough, clear my throat, blow my nose, whatever it may be. So, anyways, back to where I was. I feel pretty confident with students. I hit on two aspects of students: those who are uh, on one end of the spectrum where they're struggling and they fail the class is great for credit recovery, and then the other end where credit recovery doesn't mean anything to them. They passed every class, so what could they have as a purpose or benefit for online courses? And that would be electives. Not putting electives online, but um, having a wider variety of electives available. And I talked about in there um, how the school in Maine, there were 10 kids who wanted to take Chinese. Well, the district wasn't going to hire one teacher to teach 10 kids for one class. So instead, they had an online course, which was great for them because it saved them money. They're only paying per student now instead of per teacher. And the other wonderful thing it had was what helped with the cost is they were able to combine it with students from other districts in order to fill up a full class size. So it offers the ability for the students to have extra electives. As for the teachers, it talks about how in itself it's its own form of professional development. One second. It goes ahead and it builds up on the um, idea that as you transfer lessons from traditional to online, it forces the teacher to rethink everything that they're doing. So, last thing I want to take a look at, and I'm going to start with this, and I'll see if I can find evidence later, but um, so my school about 6-7 years ago switched from a 6-hour day to a 7-hour day. The actual time in school is still the same, um, but we have 7 classes instead of 6. Now, what is difficult about that on the teacher's end is you're teaching for 6 classes a day. It may not seem like it, but it's actually very demanding. Um, so a lot of them have expressed interest wanting to go back to a 6-hour day. The 7-hour day was created because the 7-hour day allowed for more elective options for students. Since the state of Michigan's requirements for graduation became more intensive, and our students had to focus more on core classes, they lost the ability of electives. So by doing this, it allowed those electives to continue to exist and for them to be able to take them. Okay, so we'll continue on with this. one of the fear that we had, and why no one's really pushed for it, even though it's something that most of the core teachers want, is we know going back to the 6-hour day means layoffs for non-core teachers. So, what else? I'll be teaching 5 classes a day. Still keeping the same of time in the school. Permitting granting students access to plenty of elective courses and keeping our staff fully employed. So, in a sense, trying to make it so that way everyone benefits from this. I'm going to move on to parents for the moment, I think, but I do want to come back. Well, maybe I'll bounce around a little bit on this topic. So, a few things I want to check are schools that run a hybrid of online and traditional classes have shorter days. That search was too specific, so why don't we try this? Hybrid online traditional class schools. See if we can just find anything on them. Make this specific. K-12. Let's try this. Seems like it's a big defensive paper. Let's try blended learning. So this is a little tough to find evidence for. different link. Sorry for these little random pauses. My nose is just being mean today. What learning models? 7 looks interesting. Page 7 2. What learning models? Oh man, I hate being sick. Alright, talks about the different models available. Available for blended learning. Let's see. Oh boy. I'm going to pause for a second. Okay, let's try this again. Whew. Alright, the first one is where the online is a supplemental source. Second one's rotation based, where they switch between traditional and online. Third one is kind of the opposite of the first one, where most of the learning is done online, and then any kind of traditional is support based for being and available for students for support. Another one is it's done on site at the school, but the entire class is online. So you lose the abilities of flexibility that you normally would have. The self-blend is kind of what I was trying to hit at with mine for teachers, where the students themselves are making the decision of do I want to do these electives or not. So they're available but not necessarily required. This is the model we use for this program. It's all online. Sure, Central Michigan University does exist, but odds are I will probably never walk on the campus. Let's see. Self-blend. Let's do. There we go. Online courses. We will have a self-blend style of online courses in which and we gotta go sticker. For the record, I just like to say I hate being sick. The Rise of K-12 Blended Learning. Profiles of emerging models. I apparently can't spell Heather. Insight Institute. Date for this was May 2011. March. There we go. Whew. Alright. Excuse me. Okay. So we can delete this. This is my self note. Let's hop on to parents. While I do parents, I'm going to take a short break and go grab some more coffee. Okay, I am back. During my break, my insights were parent-wise, I just lost my train of thought. Oh, parent-wise, tying in this piece here where the teachers are working on the idea that by switching to online courses, they'll become produce better lesson plans and so on and so forth. That it will not only will it produce better performance from the student, but it kind of gets doubly produced, if you will, by better performance from the teacher. So, online classes are a great opportunity for your son or daughter. The online classes shown to how to say this, students enrolled in online classes have been sorry about that, I'm not done sneezing. And here we go again. Students enrolled in online classes have been known to perform better than students who are in traditional classes. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry about this. Over here. Let's see. Okay, so is that right here? This is the evidence I was looking for. So, where we intend to do a hybrid of online and traditional learning, putting our students into that blended category. It is also important to note that teacher performance is likely to increase by switching to, or by having them teach online classes as well, since it puts them in a position where they need to thoroughly rethink their lesson plans. Well, that was a quote. Typo or not, it's not my typo. Okay. Friday, March 1st, March 1, 2013, viewed on this is viewed on Tuesday, February 25, 2014. And copy that, paste that. There we are. I think there was one other very big item I wanted to hit on when it came to parents. Here we go. Now, as I prepare students for future classes, but for jobs as well. I'll be right back. Okay, for my last little sneeze attack, hitting on the point that parents should care about this. Parents really care more about student success, in my opinion, than the actual student does themselves. Um, I think that just comes with parents are obviously, well, most parents, I should say, are obviously in a situation where their children are their lives. Students don't necessarily feel their parents are their lives. Um, but what this means is parents, and it's important to understand when situations arise and you might be in arguments with parents or have conflicts due to certain things. Parents ultimately only want what is best for their children. So, with that being said, um, I'm going to hit on two things that I think will appeal to parents, and one is it prepares them for college, and two is it prepares them for the real world. So we'll start off with college. So we'll go on here by saying providing online classes for our students is preparing them for preparing them for their future in both college and the workplace. Littlefield. Since most colleges or universities are mixing online courses along with traditional courses, it is vital to prepare the students for what they will see post high school. And then we got to talk about employment. Here we go. It's a hot button issue. As for students who are going directly from high school into the workplace, which we do have about 7 or 8% of our students do that. As students who go into the place after college will be more successful if they have online experience. Students will be exposed to this type of communication via online courses, and the benefit we as a school can provide is to start them in online courses earlier rather than later. And with that, I think I've produced a rather strong article. I have a date for this. 2004 or 2014. Viewed on February. Okay, I think I'm just going to do some fine tuning on this, reread it, and then I will call it sufficient.